Oh, yeah, Midway Radio is back, y'all. It's your boy, Carlos. And this week, we're talking to someone who probably has ADD. Maybe. Because this man does not sit still at all. You guys, welcome, Artek. Yeah, son. What's going on?
Pretty much chilling. Cool.
Let's get these other guys in here. Before I go any further, welcome to Midway Radio. Midway Radio, it's a lot like the Netflix original series Ozark, but instead of drug trafficking hillbillies, we have DJs. DJs like DJ Sean Doe.
What's up, everybody?
Wow.
Oh, and look. Rockstar, yeah, that's me. DJ Business. Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
Shut up.
The only update we have this week is that our boy, DJ Risky Business, just got back from South by Southwest, and he's living that rockstar life, son.
Whoa. Oh, you.
Yo, how was South by?
South by was cool. I will say that it was a little quieter than it has been in past years. I think they've said they're trying to like bring it back a little bit, reel it in a little bit. There wasn't quite as many people there this year. I mean, it was still fine though. For what we were doing, it was great. I got to see a lot of different people. Run into Chicago people there, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. Food is good, drinks good. I will say that the coolest night, Tuesday night, we went out and I went to Terry Hunter. Had a party. Terry Hunter and DJ Emac had a party for T-Box Records, and they did like a Chicago house party, like a soulful house party for T-Box. Mm-hmm. It was so dope. And I hadn't been to like a good house party in a long time, so it was kind of cool. The fact that I'm in Austin, Texas at a Chicago house party. And I mean, it was really kind of one of those like good moments where like the vibe was right. And then DJ Jazzy Jeff got up and did a really dope house set. So
that's dope.
Wayne Williams is there. A lot of like, chosen few DJs and shit. So it was really cool.
Yeah, that had to have been super sick. Cause
it was super dope. We had a good time. Me and the rest of the band and some people we know out there. We all had a blast. So yeah.
Did you make any connects for was you working?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like
work.
Some people from NPR, even DC. We met some people from NPR DC, but the NPR people from Austin actually came out to our show. Oh, wow. And Elliot, one of the co-owners from Lyrical Lemonade, came out to the show. So yeah, we had a good time. We had a good show, and on to the next. We got a new song. We are debuting. Oh, and shout to Hello Hip Hop, because we did the show. The show we did was on the Hello Hip Hop stage. So Visual put on another good event.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there.
Yeah.
What's going on, Mr. Artek?
Chilling for today. I mean, I was supposed to have a session later on, but I'm kind of glad that they canceled. We've been going hard with the Peas album. We're pretty much wrapping it up for this week. But they're working on their pop album. Now that what was that again?
I was just gonna ask, how did that come about?
The album itself, or me working?
Yeah, you working with them. Was it kind of like a situation where you had some work out there and they called you up and was like, "Yo, you dope, come help us"?
Oh, actually, yeah. I mean, I have that unconventional way of getting in the industry, I guess. I mean, I've known Apple the App of Black Eyed Peas for a while. Met them throughout the years, including when I was in Chicago DJing. Every time they would come in town, they'd always end up at a night that I was DJing at. So I'd always get introduced to them. So like the relationship came from all the way back then. But when I moved out to LA, I kind of put it in his ear that if he ever needed any help with engineering or anything like that, I was willing to help out. Dope. But at that time, he already had an engineer. And I actually came in and met that engineer. And I think he was kind of scared that I was trying to take his job.
Because you were there to take his job.
Well, he needed help.
Wait,
he's like, yeah. He's like, hey, nice try. Give him a pat on the back. Give him a pat on the butt. See you later, buddy.
Yeah, but I ended up meeting him, and then turns out he was just trying to use me for my like templates. He was like asking me if I have my own templates for Pro Tools. I'm like, okay, I have templates, but I'm not gonna give them up like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And he's just like, okay, we're done here. And I was like, oh, okay.
Like so that trick.
So fast forward about a year later, it was about 10 o'clock in the evening already. I just got done smoking a joint, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna just chill, relax.
That's
and
legal in California. All you Midwestern Bible thumpers. He's got a little cataracts. It's okay.
Yeah, I got joint pains.
How's those knees, Artek? How's those knees, Artek?
Oh yeah, man, they're doing great with this medical. Yeah. But yeah, fast forward, it was like, about 10 o'clock. I just jumped on the couch, and then my phone rings, and I get that call. Hey, we need an engineer here right now. I was like,
Funny thing, I got one right here.
I'm like, all right.
So, cruised right over there.
Yeah, I just ran right over there, and I get there. The room is filled. There's like all these writers, a couple producers, and it's been a while since I've seen App, so he doesn't even recognize me. It's been quite a bit. It's been quite a while. So I get there, and they're just like, oh, we've been messing around with this thing for a couple hours now. We just can't get sound or any audio out of it. And I basically looked at the screen, looked at a couple things, and I was like, oh, click. And the sound came on, and then I was there for a month straight, just like working nonstop. And then that's pretty much how I got into the crew.
What was it that they didn't have on? What was muted? That's my question.
Mm-hmm.
What he did tell you is before they called him, he ran over there and unplugged it.
No, it was something as simple as the ins and outs on Pro Tools. They just didn't have it set up properly. So the output they were trying to use wasn't the right output.
Yeah.
And it was a simple, like just one click, and the sound came on. It's like,
wasn't connected. The output wasn't connected to the interface. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you don't know it, then it's totally not simple. Like I'm going through that right now where my dad's PC, like sound won't come out of it, and it's something's wrong with the browser. I'm like, Dad, I don't know. I have to find somebody who knows what they're doing.
Hey, yeah. Artek, are you in Chicago right now or in LA?
Yeah, right. No.
You're in LA? Oh, damn. Yeah. Sorry, Sean. I got a guy. I can fix that right up, but
so you've been working for Black Eyed Peas for a long time, engineering for them now. The last album, you worked heavily on the last album, which got a lot of critical acclaim from like the hip hop community.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they went that route. I mean, to me, it kind of just showed them that, showed the people that they came from that. A lot of people, especially the young generation, think Black Eyed Peas is completely pop oriented and everything. But, if you go back, especially, all the earlier albums, it's definite hip hop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also showing when they're signed to Ruthless, they were really hip hop,
Yeah, Easy E signed him. And what were they called? The At Bat Clan then?
At Band Clan.
Yeah, and then they changed their name to Black Eyed Peas. But obviously that first record comes out. It's super hip hop. They're on the Smoke and Grooves tour. I mean, really, they didn't cross over until, you know, they added Fergie, which whatever. I mean, whatever. People, hip hop kids can be mad, but
hey,
you know,
go make
whatever.
your money. Go make your money.
They can make their money all day.
Yeah.
I mean, I
presented
think
with that. Hey, let's be real. Presented with that situation, they're gonna be like, look, we're gonna go ahead and put this young lady in your group, but we're gonna give you like all kinds of money. Would you guys, for real, going around the horn? Would you guys do that?
Yeah.
So
look at Artek. He's smiling. He's like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's like this. I always have to tell people, you know, it's called show business.
Right.
There's a show.
It's not show favors.
You know,
yeah, I mean, because they've always come back to do hip hop, and they've always shown, like, in the height of their pop popularity, they did that EP where they brought in production from DJ Premier, and they did remixes of their pop songs with fucking Premier and Rock Wild. I mean, just straight hip hop. I mean, they always go back to do it and show their roots. I've never been mad at Black Eyed Peas.
Well, you gotta account their you gotta kind of credit them being smart. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like them adding her added life to their music.
Oh,
so like they can continue to do
sneak peek at some stuff. Go ahead, shut up. Sorry.
So I just applaud them for being flexible. They are.
And Will crossed over into EDM music too. I mean, he's a well-rounded dude. He's a good producer. Artek, speaking of production, so you produce as well too. You're not just an engineer. You're not just a DJ. You're a producer. How did you get into production? What do you like to use currently?
Currently, actually, I've probably been doing maybe like 85–90% on Pro Tools now.
Sure.
And then Reason.
Okay, cool.
I still like to use Reason because a lot of people don't use it, especially out here. Out here, it seems to be very Ableton. I guess Fruity Loops still too, and Logic.
Where do you do your sound or your drums at?
Drums. Actually, I've been doing everything in Pro Tools mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What part of LA are you in?
I'm in the Valley.
Yeah.
I'm where people talk funny.
Do the Black Eyed Peas still have that studio in Atwater Village? I think it's called.
Oh no. It was called Stucha. They closed that down a while ago.
Okay.
Basically, the studio that they use now is Will's studio. Actually, it's beyond the studio. It's a full giant complex. I mean, and then he houses all his businesses all in one thing. So there's like 4 studios in there.
Damn.
And then there's everything from like 2 video rooms where you can shoot videos in, for photography, like the whole 9. And pretty much every department, including making of clothes, is there. I mean, it's ridiculous. So,
and not to mention, my man is real good at making apps and pushing technology too. Because didn't he come out with like a solid gold camera phone or some shit like that?
And then he had a bunch of different designers also within that building, trying to design tech, and you know, he was trying to do. He was doing headphones at one point, so it's
that like might be what it was.
Yeah, and they're actually really great for earbuds. It was the most amazing sounding earbuds that I've owned.
Yeah,
I was like, these are really actually good, especially compared to Beats. Like I'm not really a fan of Beats, but you know, that's marketing anyways. That's just That's not even music anymore.
Production wise, did you contribute anything on the last record?
On the last record, production wise, no, none of my stuff made it.
Oh, you submitted though?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
yeah, why not, right? You gotta throw stuff.
But it's definitely it's very competitive. I mean, considering the super group that they are, you know, the kind of caliber of people that are around within Disposal is ridiculous to me. I mean, every time I go to work, I don't know who the hell's going to be there.
Yeah, I would imagine. What's some of the oddball stories that you could share?
Well, I think I mentioned it in Doc, but it's like one time I was in there late at night. It must have been about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning already. I walk out of the one of the rooms. I'm going to use the restroom, and Questlove was walking up in sweats, like he looked like he just woke up, walking to the restroom. I'm like, whoa, what's up, Quest? It was the most surreal moment. I was like, no way. I'm like, and just to see him look like he just woke up, and it turns out he was sleeping in Will's studio. Like, Will wasn't even there. They linked up earlier to work on some music, but he just wanted to stay and just work and then hang out.
Sure.
So he ended up like sleeping over at the studio.
And like you said, he looked like he just woke up. He literally just woke up.
Yeah, I mean, in sweats. I was like, it's Questlove in sweats. Like, wearing like slippers and socks. Like, what's going on right now? I'm the only one in the building, too. I was the only one like working on music. That whole time he was there.
Well, how cool is it though? Because like I live in California too now, and every once in a while, like I'll be driving and there's like mountains and stuff, and I'm just thinking to myself, how the hell did I get here, man?
From Chicago.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but there's so many people here from Illinois. It's crazy.
Everyone is either from Chicago or Ohio, right?
Well, actually, everyone's from everywhere else from here. You know?
Yeah.
Like when you meet somebody, like, oh, you were born here. It's like, oh, I don't usually hear that.
Yeah.
Funny, I feel that way about Chicago a lot too. Like I feel like I meet people all the time, and they're like, they're from Michigan, they're from Ohio, they're from wherever.
From
like,
Wisconsin.
yeah, I'm here for work, and I'm like, anybody fucking from Chicago anymore? I mean, it's a big city. We should still have some people living here.
What they say that it was 5 years in a row that there's more people moving out of Illinois than being born or moving into it.
Oh, really? They had some statistics.
Yeah, everybody's quitting.
Well,
I mean, the weather's bad enough as it is, but now you're going to toss in some like garbage politicians. Like, get out of here, man. We can't play with you no more.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's expensive to live in Cook County. Definitely, you don't even have to be in the city. You just be in Cook County, and you're gonna have to, you know, pay the machine to live here. Artek. One thing that I wanted to touch on was 606 and the legacy that you left. You know, you live in Cali now, but you left a pretty big legacy with 606. Which is really dope, and we're proud of you and proud to have that in Chicago. You should be proud too. I'm sure you are.
Oh, yeah.
We obviously can see it. You know, the logo in the back, right on your screensaver back there, which you came up with that, right?
Yeah, that's my logo right there.
Yeah, you talked about it in the doc, but talk about how that logo came about, and then we'll talk about the night.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I could take it back even to like talking to my friends that owned a car shop, like an import racing shop in Chicago. It was called The Firm, and they wanted to kind of brand the team and kind of have a Chicago thing. So they actually came up with Twisted 606. That was the name of the crew, and I was part of that crew anyway. So I was like, you know what? That's when I kind of formed this idea, like they would handle the racing portion of it, and I would handle the entertainment portion of it. So we were still connected, but we were doing like different things, but things that could work together. Because, you know, music, cars, the import racing scene, that was like, it was an easy fit together. So, and we always talked about doing events, and then I would take care of the music portion of it. So that's how it originally got started.
Certainly.
And the name itself, is something that we came up with since it combined and represented more of Chicago, since the area codes were so broken up and there was becoming new area codes.
Mhm.
So that's how we came up with the 606 portion of it, because everybody in Chicago has 606 something something on their zip code. So I'm like, oh, that's,
yeah, huh?
yeah, that's perfect. We could represent all of Chicagoland instead of 312, 708, whatever
Right.
the area codes are now.
Right.
Like,
I got some
that-
friends. I got some
Yeah.
friends that live out there that they make music. The original owner of the music group is called District 78, and that's a school district that he went to from Chicago. Well, I think he's from the suburbs, but yeah.
Right.
So it's cool. Like, people leave Chicago to go make their money, but they still keep that umbilical cord is still connected.
Oh, you got to. I mean, there's definite big differences. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
What's up? And then I was saying with the logo, how I came up with that is right after when I solidified that I was gonna run with the entertainment portion of it. I'm like, I was going out of my head, like trying to come up with a logo, thinking of logos, and one time I just sat down frustrated and I was staring at my turntable spinning. And on the side with the dots, to represent the pitch and the speed, that was going. And then I stopped it and I just kind of found one. I'm like, what if I just take 3 of those lines and create the logo? So that's how the logo came to be. It's actually the side of the turntable.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh moments. So it's like, I'm like, this has to be my logo, because that's the way it happened. Considering
Nice.
I spent like 3 weeks before that going out of my head, and there it was, just like right there.
Right in front of you.
Just right in front of you.
Table platter spins. It's sitting right in front of you every moment.
Yeah.
And just so you know, it's always that easy.
Yeah. right. Always that easy.
So,
Artek, do you
John.
So do you still DJ? Do you DJ out there too?
I do every once in a while, but it's more like backing somebody up on stage or something like that. It was kind of weird, because like that's one thing I didn't really think about when I left Chicago. In Chicago I could throw a party and people know who I am and everything.
Mm-hmm.
When I moved out to California, I realized like, oh, I gotta start over.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, not too many people know me out here. It's like it made me think about it. And then at the same time, I'm like, okay, I came out here to work on music, and that's the reason why I came out there. So I decided I'm not gonna really focus on DJing so much, and I'm gonna really dive into music production and trying to get something going. But at that time, I was living in San Francisco, and it was just the wrong time to be in San Francisco. I love it, but it was the wrong time to be there.
It still is.
Yeah, for music.
I live up there. I live up by San Francisco right now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was out in San Mateo.
Okay.
Right by the airport. So
to
me, it was perfect, because you cross that area and then it just gets gray and dark.
Yeah.
From San Francisco.
What's that one town that's out there just in the middle of nowhere for no good reason? I forget. Anyway, all of them. So you started up here. Was it?
Yeah, it was like an easy. I had some family out there, and then, especially growing up in the '90s with the hip hop, it's kind of like, okay, they had a scene up there, so I was thinking it'd be like a continuation of that, and then every time, Pacifics would have a show there, it was always nothing but, good love out there.
Yeah.
But, moving out there, it made me realize the scene is very small, and the industry it was kind of like in its decline pretty much when I got there. But yeah, I loved it either way.
Yeah. How you digging LA?
Actually, I like it. I realized that when I moved to Bay, I mean, they always said they always told me culturally it's slow.
The Bay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got there, I'm like, yeah, everyone is kind of slow here. So I had to slow myself down.
Yeah.
And then when I moved to LA, I'm like, oh, this is like Chicago pace. I'm like, I'm used to this. This is what I miss.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it was an easy transition to me.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I got to take a little break and then kind of have. I guess my life did feel slow out there.
Yeah.
Slower.
I had some friends that moved out here, and they're a married couple, and the lady part of the couple, she's a big deal at Slack right now. And when they first moved out here, I told her, look, the only thing I can tell you is this is not Chicago. Like, we worked together before at Leo Burnett. And like, before you'd walk in, you'd be like, I need this, 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 this. And everyone would understand, and everyone had their marching orders. Out here, you need to ask questions like, hey, how you doing? Nah, nah, nah. You got to like fluff it all up and then be like, by the way, I need this, this, and this. Right?
Yeah.
Down there, it's like that too. It's like that too, where you just everything is always moving, and it's cool that you found your stride and you got some folks that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I'm glad that it happened. I mean, I felt like I worked hard to get to there.
Yeah.
There's definite challenges that I'm happy to say that I was raised the way I was raised, and coming from Chicago in the Midwest too, it's completely different ways of thinking. And it's like I could see both sides now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like opened everything up, because I think being in Chicago in the Midwest, there is some hindrances just because of the way things are culturally. It's like,
right.
It's like people. I mean, I don't know how it is now, but back when I was there, people weren't so much willing to work together. And out here, it's kind of like everyone has the same goal, but hey, they'll form like Voltron to get that.
I never thought about that, but that's true. Everyone's always on a hustle in LA. Everyone.
Yeah, but they're willing to like work together to get that that hustle.
Right.
Like, Chicago is kind of like, I don't trust you. I don't know if I should work with you, or if I do work with you, I'm gonna try to find a way to take all your money.
Yeah, everybody's on that gangster attitude, and then it's really embedded in the culture. It's embedded in your DNA. Hopefully, like as time goes by, that kind of like weans its way out of people's, like DNA, so to speak.
Yeah, man, I see in the future it's getting better. I mean, with the industry starting to get bigger in Chicago, I'm noticing a lot more films, a lot more things shot in Chicago. It's happening. So I mean, it's good that it's there, so the people can see what work it takes to get there. Because I think, as a Chicagoan in a whole, since the industry wasn't there, we didn't know how to act pretty much. The only way we knew how to act was, well, what are they doing on the streets? Okay, that's what they do. That's how we make money. All right, okay, that's what we do. There was no question, because we had no other way of looking at it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Artek, you're a dude that manifests destiny, and a lot of people don't understand. We talked about this, about what people don't seem to kind of understand the actual level of work, or the actual work that it takes to make it. Sometimes they have a skill set, but they seem to either not apply it, or they don't know how to apply it in the proper way, or they just don't want to fucking work, and they want to talk about it. They want to act in front like they're about it, but they don't want to go do the work or take the risks that it takes to make it. You, my friend, you took a lot of risks. You moved out there. But everything seemed to pay off for you, which is great, and we're happy for you.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I take that with everything, because to me, all of Chicago is the reason why I do this. want to still, you know, coming from here, be able to help out, you know, Chicago in any way possible, especially when it comes down to the industry and everything like that. And it's like, with also me being, you know, Filipino and hip hop, I have to work double hard for it. But
let's talk about that a little bit, because that's really interesting. So hip hop's always been a very accepting, culturally diverse culture, right?
Yeah.
Let's be clear, for the most part.
Yeah,
for the most part.
It's listen, yeah. But I mean, from the get-go, it has been you'd had Puerto Ricans, white people. It's obviously a majority African American. Culturally, it's been African American majority-wise. But that being said, Filipinos have been in there from the get-go. Here's what's interesting. So a lot of the Filipinos that are in hip hop seem to have been from California, that have been successful. And obviously there's a huge Filipino DJ community out there. But you guys with Pacifics really, you guys really made your mark in Chicago, and you brought together. But and the thing is you brought together, you guys created 606, which is now one of the most culturally important moments in not only Chicago history, but in hip hop history, as it's gone 20 years successfully.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's gone this long, but I'm happy, because this is, you know, the reason why I started. I wanted for a place that anyone could go to. I mean, especially when, you know, we're talking about, you know, Filipinos in hip hop. It's like we had, you know, a bunch of friends that wanted to get on the mics, but it's, you know, they either feel intimidated or whatever. So I always wanted a place for everybody. I didn't care who you were. I mean, considering we've had comedians up there, we had like everybody up there just doing random things. It didn't necessarily have to be, you know, MCing and rapping and all that. But you know, I'm happy that it's still continuing on. Legacy is still happening, you know, and I can see, you know, in general, how much impact 606 has, considering, you know, they named the park the 606. I mean, come on. I mean, no one was saying 606 before we were. I mean, that wasn't even thought about. So it's amazing to me. It makes me a little mad at the same time, but nonetheless, it makes me feel I did my job when I was promoting the night and promoting the name, and you know, it makes me feel I did my job. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, to kind of go back to the Filipino topic. Not only did you guys and I'll say Pacifics in general. I mean, you were part of the early part of Pacifics.
Yeah.
That crew, right? Not only can Chicago kids can look up to Pacifics as just a hip hop crew, but you guys really set a precedent for Filipinos in hip hop, and showing that you guys can be just as dope as anybody doing anything out there. The production, the fucking rhymes, everybody. I mean, it went toe to toe with everything. It was on All Natural, one of the best, most important hip hop, independent hip hop labels there was in the world. So if that doesn't, you know, that alone kind of says something about it. So do you ever like kind of think like it's dope that you got to be part of maybe like a pioneering independent movement for Filipinos in hip hop, and you're still setting a precedent, being in the industry and being on this level now?
Yeah. Oh no, definitely. I mean, there was a lot of, you know, challenges. Definitely. I mean, just like we were talking about, you know, with predominantly, you know, Black art. It was hard to sometimes convince people. It was almost kind of like, it was better if you didn't know who the hell we were, and you just see us, rock on stage, and then just to hear everything. Because there was times, that it was kind of preconceived, where they would plug it as like, oh, Filipino hip hop, but it's kind of like, we never really wanted to push the Filipino portion of it, because we all knew we were Filipinos, but
yeah, it's just hip hop.
Yeah, we're just doing hip hop, So yeah, it had its definite challenges, but I was definitely happy to be part of that pioneering generation, to kind of showcase that, hey, there's lots of other people that are doing the art and doing the music and everything.
Yeah, I mean, because let's be honest, really, too, from MCing standpoint or a group standpoint, the Filipinos that have been making noise prior to that in hip hop were pretty much all DJs. Key Cool had done something with Rhythmatic, and they put out a project. But you guys kind of really, like, Pacifics itself was a group coming out representing in the name Pacifics, right? And what did Pacific stand for again?
People accumulating creative ideas and forgoing the ignorant conclusions of society.
That's an acronym, man.
That's a short story, is what that is.
I am like genuinely surprised that you were able to pull off that massive acronym and remember it.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, I remember when I think I met Rex first at a show, and he'd give me the card. I was like, oh, that's dope. And then he told me that, and I was like, holy shit, like the length of that. I was like, it's an acronym? Like, Pacific's cool. Just Pacific's. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I remember after a while, it's like, I think we just got to phase that one out. It's just people are like,
yeah, everybody had the acronym.
I don't know. I don't know what it
was. So talk a little bit about, in 606, talk a little bit about some of the legends that, like the DJs that have kind of graced the presence of those turntables.
Oh man. First and foremost, I gotta say is rest in peace, Tim Buck. Tim Buck was my guy. Oh man, so many good memories of that kid.
Oh yeah,
running around the South Side like way before 606 happened. It's just like me and him running around the South Side just doing stupid things. But
Hyde Park.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Hyde Park days. Yeah. Him. Yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody. Man, this is what happens when you smoke the weed, man.
Yeah. well, I will say some of the legends I remember. Mary Jane.
Oh yeah.
Pun not intended.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, like the classic. Pretty much the whole classic crew, including a lot of people didn't know this, but DJ Hiroki was there for 2 or 3 weeks before he was just like, nah, I'm out of here.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean,
early nights. Like, this is before we even had the open mic. We just had the night going. And that's when like 3 people would show up. It was like, that was pretty much it. It was like the whole night, 3 people. And then like the promoters, the original promoters, actually just sitting there drunk off our asses. They're just drunk off their asses, and then
and weren't they like spending any little bit of money just drinking and?
Yeah, pretty much. And at night we get like $3.
Oh my God.
$3-4, and that went on for, I don't know how long it went on, but basically I had to step in and intervene at that point. I just couldn't handle, like a space like that being wasted if they didn't want to work it. If they didn't want to do the job, and they didn't want to do, go out there and promote it. It's like, why waste it? So I basically went straight to the owner, and I didn't even know him at the time. So I just
Gomez.
Yeah, I just basically set it up and told him. I said, hey, I'm tired of making $3. I really want to do something with this night. I'll do it, but they're the promoters. So it's kind of like he basically, we all sat down and he gave them, I think, like 3 weeks or something like that to kind of work it out. but within a couple days, they ended up calling him and they just told him to give me the night. So that's when I launched everything. I'm like,
example of dudes that didn't want to do the work.
Yeah, my night, and I got full control. I'm gonna run with it. So it's like,
how long did it take you to build the night?
To be honest, not too long, because because at that time, there wasn't too many places for open mics, especially for hip hop, let alone a regular thing, and then I also have to give thanks to Blue Groove Lounge and all that, because without Dirty and without I wouldn't even have that night, because to me their nights kind of dictated that, because I had so much fun at their nights, and I wasn't even supposed to be there. I wasn't even old enough, but it was community. It was community. So it was like they
Monday
knew
night, right?
Yeah. So we always got in, and we got to rock the mic and feel. I guess that's where that feeling came from. It's like we were all Filipinos, but they would go up there, rock the mic, and get accepted. And to me, that was the beginning of like, I want to do this. I want to branch it out. I want to make it, let's do this every week kind of thing. And so we ended up trying it. Actually, the original, it was called The Third Mic from the Sun. And it was every third Tuesday. It wasn't actually every Tuesday yet.
Yeah.
To a point, it wasn't too long after that, where MCs just kept coming every Tuesday. Like, well, when are you gonna do the mic? When are you gonna do the mic? So it's like, all right, should we just open it up every week? And that, it was just simple from there. It was just too many people asking them every Tuesday. So that was the beginning, and that's how it started.
Yeah, and like I said, you guys, the original crew, obviously you had Roki and Mary Jane. I know AMPM played because she was Mary Jane's partner all the time. Was Dervis not a part of the original crew, but he played a lot?
Oh yeah, we had him. Pretty much anybody that was around that was good at their craft, pretty much got their chance there.
Of course, Norm Rockwell.
Yeah, Norm and DJ Nate. I don't know if he's DJing anymore. I don't think so.
He was at wasn't he at the 20th anniversary?
Yeah, he was there. It was good to see him. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Then D Double, he's actually out here in the West. He's actually by Long Beach. Kind of far from me. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
How did you feel that night? How did you feel seeing that night? Because I thought it was such a great night. I saw so many faces I hadn't seen in a long time.
Yeah, it was great, and to me, it went by too fast. I was like, before I knew it, like it was time's up, and I'm like, I didn't even get to see everybody. And everyone was leaving.
That means you need to do it over again soon.
There's only one 20th anniversary. We
need to do a 21st.
That 25th, yeah. And hopefully it keeps going, man. And Shadow and those guys have taken over, and they do a good job with it.
Yeah. What I really wanted to do, I just didn't really have the time to kind of work, all the stuff that I'm doing out here, including all the promotions and everything for Chicago. But I always envisioned the 20th to kind of be like a day kind of going into evening kind of thing. And I wanted to showcase everybody in Chicago to have, like, I don't know, 2 songs, 3 songs. You do your best 3 and just like, start at like 5 p.m. and then just continue on to the evening. That's what I envisioned of doing for the 20th, but it never came to fruition. I just had so much to do.
Well, you can still make that happen. There's still more anniversaries to be had.
Yeah. But I'm gonna put it out there in the world and in the atmosphere. I would love to do that. And all the people listening right now too. Hey, you got some shit, you're doing some work, and it's paying off.
So look at you all LA with the Vision shirt.
Right. like my childhood right here.
Yeah, rocking the skateboard tee right there.
Yeah.
You still skate?
I still roll around. I don't really do any crazy stuff. I got to the point where it's like, yeah, I'm getting too old to fall down.
Yeah.
It hurts differently now. I don't know what it is. When I was younger, I could fall and scrape whatever and be like, it's cool, and get up, keep on skating.
Let me tell you, it's ironic you say that, because today I was hooping at the gym and I got undercut and I kind of flipped over and landed right on my fucking hip, right on my side, slammed on the court.
And you stayed there?
Like, what's that?
And you stayed there?
For a hot second, I was like,
waiting for the ambulance to show up.
I got up. Listen, though, I got up and I played another half hour. We were playing full court, and I played another half hour. But I promise you, as I'm sitting here right now, I can feel my side just saying, "Fuck you, you're black and blue, motherfucker. You are gonna be sore tomorrow, man." Oh, I'm taking the ibuprofen. That is for sure.
Well, no pain, no
gain. Yeah, buddy.
No pain,
no gain. You know what? That's some gain I could have done without, though. I fucking flipped that. I flipped right the fuck over. I got undercut on a rebound and came back fucking down real hard.
Right there, Scottie Pippen.
You know what? I'll take it. Fuck you. I'll take it.
No, I'll be taking my dogs around the neighborhood, and there's a bunch of kids with their little basketball rims and stuff up. And my brain is like, let's do it. My body's like, yeah, right.
Listen to this. Welcome to Midway Radio, where the fucking geriatrics talk about their.
That's right. That's right. Welcome to Midway Radio, where we complain about aches and pains.
Artek, you've been. How long have you been gone, or how long have you been away from Chicago?
I moved in 2006. Pretty much 2 days right after the anniversary in 2006.
Oh wow!
I planned it out that way. I was like, I'm gonna have my last anniversary, and then I'm gonna jet, because I felt like I hit that plateau in Chicago of music, and it's like it didn't matter that I was had articles out or anything the night. It's kind of like it just felt like it was just on cruise control, and it was just there. And
it's really amazing that you realize that too, because a lot of people don't.
Working on music, I've been at it. If I technically look at it, ever since I was younger, because I was the one at 5 years old to ask for piano lessons, and at that time, it's like I was listening to so much music. I actually wanted like a keyboard. Like, I don't know how I knew about keyboards at the time, but then my parents was like, all right, we're gonna get you piano lessons and stuff like that. So at about first grade, they started that. They always promised me a keyboard. I always wanted that synthesizer. And then I remember seeing a little like spotlight of the synthesizer. I can't even remember what it was now, but Michael Jackson used it, and that was the one that I wanted. I was like, I remember I ripped it out of the magazine and I showed my parents. I'm like, this is the one that I wanted. I can't even believe how much that probably would have been at that time.
And they're like, boy, we don't have Michael Jackson money. Get out of here.
Right. Why'd you rip that out? Why'd you rip that out of my magazine?
But yeah, that's how it started for me, like way back when. And then, from that point, I was always not practicing. I was too busy making up my own melodies and everything like that. So from a young age, I was already trying to make music. I just didn't know. I was just playing, I was just playing with it.
Sure.
But to me, making it was better than practicing it. So it's like, I always got busted when my parents got home, because I was too busy working on my own stuff and not practicing or doing other things too. But yeah, and then through high school, like I ended up meeting all these cats that had keyboards or whatever, and I was just collecting dust. It was just at their I would go in their room and be like, hey, what the hell is this? You know, like they're like, oh, it's some shit that I got, but I don't use it or anything. So I'd always end up borrowing it. Like, hey, can I borrow this thing? So I always had
Can I borrow it indefinitely?
Yeah. Oh, I wish I still had those pieces. They had some classic pieces. They just had no idea what the hell they had. You know? I'm glad that I got to borrow that, and that was kind of like my introduction to making music. And then we just kept on graduating. And then when I met KP, I met him at a party, out of all places. It's like not even a party. It was like people got together. I was watching a movie, but it was kind of like I only knew one person there, and he knew one person there, and we were kind of sitting back in the back of the room, and we just clowning, having fun. And we just kept on talking, and then turns out he's like, he rhymes. I'm like, oh, you rhyme? I make beats. It was kind of like, hey, we need to like link up. And
that's the birth.
Yeah, and that was the birth of it all. Like we linked up, and to me that was kind of like the indication I wanted to take it further, because like I finally met somebody that could kind of go over what I was doing. You know, it just wasn't beats anymore. I was like, we could actually make songs. And that was pretty much the birth of Pacifics. It was originally just me and KP, and making shit.
What do you miss about Chicago? Do you miss anything about Chicago? And if so, what?
First and foremost, I miss real friends.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's one of the things about like growing up. It's kind of like if you don't maintain, the area with your friends that you grew up with, you kind of have like a whole bunch of fake friends. And then especially in the industry that I'm in, it's kind of like everybody wants to talk to who I work for. It's not necessarily me.
You, yeah.
Like, oh, you just want to talk to, so-and-so. You just want to talk to so-and-so.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a bunch of that. I mean, there are some people that are close to me, including App and like this guy, Ammo. All these people that I'm close to out here, and they're probably like the closest, friends that I got out here. There's a good handful of people.
Mm-hmm.
But as in a whole, I miss that the friends that you kind of like, I know you. It's like, you know me, I know you. I don't have to explain certain things. I don't have to do shit. It's like we all grew up together.
That camaraderie.
Yeah, I definitely miss that.
You missed the
where
food.
Was Kenny? Oh, I definitely missed the food, but
oh hell yeah,
I can't really eat it anyways, because like in the past, probably 6-7 years, I have like this gluten intolerance where I can't have gluten anymore.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I get so crazy
gluten-free now.
Yeah, I have to.
Is that tough? So do you eat a lot of Filipino food?
No, actually I don't.
Or how the Filipinos call it, food.
Yeah. I just call it food.
Right.
Oh, Jesus. For the record, that's from the conversation earlier. We won't do.
We're not going to talk about the conversation.
That's so funny.
No, but like, so, okay. Traditional Filipino dishes, you don't eat a whole lot?
No, not unless I make it myself. Where I can make it gluten free. I can make adobo, and I can make a bunch of things actually. Yeah, it's really the thing. A lot of foods, Filipino food, have soy sauce in it, which I can't have.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's fermented in wheat, so it's like I can't have that. So usually, if I make it, they actually do have gluten-free soy sauce.
Sure.
But also at the same time, I don't know. I guess I'm being LA for being paleo right now. I don't know, but
hey, it's all fun and games until the cramps kick in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like I try not to eat a lot of certain things like dairy, no grains, and everything. So soy is usually off my diet, so I try not to have it.
And don't go thinking that the food in LA is bad.
Oh no,
like, the food scene in LA is legit. It's just not Chicago.
Yeah, I'm glad before I got to go around LA and yeah, when I first moved out here, that was probably like the number one thing I was doing. I was just like wow, there's too much food, too many different tastes, too many different flavors happening in this city. So it's like everywhere, like on the weekends, we'd always just go out and try a different place. So food wise, it's definitely it's one of the meccas for that.
How tired are you of all these restaurants that say Chicago style this and Chicago style that? And then when you show up as whack as fuck.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to try those ones too when I first moved out here. Because they're really prevalent out here. There's a bunch of them. But yeah, I always got disappointed. Yeah. Pretty much everything I tried, it's just like, it's close, but wow.
Yeah.
It's still LA-ified, or you know. Yeah, even in the Bay, like they have some pizzas that are close, but it's not there.
Mm-hmm. People always like, yo, this restaurant over here says Chicago style, fill in the blank. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
I forgot where I was. I was like, yeah, give me a Chicago hot dog. They're like, oh, you want some ketchup on that? I'm like,
well, I will smack you in the face.
What did you say?
Yeah.
Like, no.
There is this restaurant.
The Chicago dog, right?
There's this restaurant here, and I bumped into the owner, and I go, yeah, I see your sign that says Chicago style hot dog. I went on to tell him, like, I'm tired of people out here trying to say Chicago. He said, look, I get my hot dogs from Damon Avenue. I was like, okay, I'm listening. This shit's legit. He's got the real deal. About 10 minutes from the house. I'm like, okay, that's all I need. I can call for pizza. I can have it shipped. It'll be a day or two, but
yeah, I'm glad you could do that now. And Portillo's, at least they got a Portillo's that's about.
Yeah, it's in Anaheim, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit, they got a Portillo's out there? Is it?
Hell yeah, they do. They got a lot of my money too.
Yeah. I'm glad that tasted like Portillo's. Yeah, I was happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vienna beef hot dogs.
Oh yeah, and then it's actually cheaper. Like I've had parties where I just ran down there and picked up a whole bunch of the the party packs and brought it back because it's cheaper than for me to have it sent. I'm like, I'll just roll down there. It's like 40 minutes away. I'll just grab some, come back for the party.
Yeah, shit.
But yeah, I definitely miss the food in Chicago.
So.
Uh-oh. Who wants to go?
I'll go. Producing or engineering?
That's a hard one. I say producing. But it's like it kind of works hand in hand now.
I know they do kind of. I always separate producers and engineers because not that you can't do both, but it's such a fucking art to just be an engineer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In that sense, yeah, definitely. Because that's a hard question because I almost fall 50-50 because they
well, what do you prefer doing in this or that? It's basically asking you what would you rather if you had to choose how you're gonna. Are you going to be a producer or are you going to be an engineer if you can only do one?
I'd say producer.
Okay.
Yeah, if I could focus all of it, that would be making the music.
Joe, you got one?
Yeah, I got one. Vinyl or digital?
Vinyl, of course. Digital for.
Your pockets?
For work, I say. I don't know.
Yeah, digital for carrying.
Vinyl for sure. I still like that. I still have my vinyl right here. Still got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one, but I can only think of food stuff right now.
Okay. Let's go pizza or hot dogs. When you could have eaten it.
I guess pizza.
What's your favorite spot in Chicago?
I guess when it comes down to pizza.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's got their neighborhood spot, right?
Yeah. To me, Gino's was always had something in my heart because growing up, that was like my very first deep dish memory.
Sure.
And my mom pretty much just worked around the corner from Gino's East. So I'd always walk over there with her and get a slice or whatever. So
sure. Awesome.
And the flavor of it was kind of unique. You know, it's like I never had another deep dish that kind of tasted like that. So it's like, to me, that's the one.
So, yeah, no, Gino's is cool. I'm a Pequod's dude. And then for like thin crust, I know I love Pequod's. Shut your mouth. And then for thin crust,
I knew it was coming up. I knew he was gonna say. I'm like, are we gonna get past him saying Pequod's? Like, no, if he says if he says Pequod's on this podcast again, we know who we're gonna have to go for sponsorship. Jesus. God
damn it! All they have to do is give us pizzas.
That's all they have to do. But you know, it is what it is. I would.
And then Vito and Nick's on the south side. We're gonna give them a code name. What'd
you say, John?
We're gonna have to give them a code name because we keep pubbing them.
I mean, it's food sent by the gods, you dick.
He got violent.
You will respect it.
Let's get our money, bro. Like,
hey, yo, you will put respect on Pequod's name, son.
Yeah. Put respect on my pizza. Put respect on my plate.
I'd like a fucking pan with sausage and a side of respect.
That's where we always end up going when I show up. I come hang out with these guys. Yeah. I'm like, I already know where we're going to dinner. Let's just go.
I've only been to Pequod's once or twice, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you said, no, I'll take it to go.
No, I ate there.
Yo, Sean likes to go to eat with us, Artek. Like, he'll go, oh, let's go out to eat. And Sean will be like, nah. He goes, I'll just sit and watch you guys, then I'll just pack mine to go and eat at home. Look at him. It's
He's
so
like,
weird.
I don't even like you guys that much.
I don't. Artek's my only friend. He's my only friend on this podcast.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's kind of come to the end, and I will say, Artek, I genuinely appreciate you, giving us some time while you're busy and working on the new Black Eyed Peas album, and kind of just bullshitting with us for an hour.
Oh no, it's been fun, man. It's like hanging out with friends. Just like I said, I miss the friends, man.
Right.
Miss the real friends.
Yeah. We're always here, man.
And that's the thing about down there. Like, people are nice enough and stuff, but you always have to wait. Like, everyone is always like, how fast can this dude get me in front of a camera?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I understand it.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I get it, but
here it's like one of the biggest hubs for that, and I see it. It's like I see all the people either acting or trying to act, or just this industry in general. It's crazy of how many people are here, and I'm definitely happy. I'm working. I'm happy. I'm working.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're happy you're working.
Oh yeah. I'll be down. So Artek, if people want to catch up to you online, where can they find you?
Pretty much everything that I have online is Artek 606. So ARTEK 606. Pretty much everything from Instagram, the whole 9. You can find me that way. And then hopefully I make the cut for this next Peas album. I mean, so far so good. So it's like,
so
get that win. It's when I win, all of Chicago wins.
Get that Grammy.
Yeah, I want that Grammy. I want the American Music Award. I want the Moon Man. I want whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, something like that. Fourth row. I'm coming down. I'm coming down. But yeah,
I promise you, I'm working on getting some new sound effects. I promise.
I got a bank I could just send you.
Please.
Oh yeah, finally someone's gonna hook me up.
Artek.
I was waiting for you guys to get tired of that.
Oh my God. Yeah, please send it to him. Remember when Lord Digga sampled that, Sean?
Yes. Come on, everybody.
Let's all get down. He said, hey, I don't know if you ever heard that, Carlos, but this dude, Lord Digga, he's like Master Ace's like C Squad dude.
Wow, that's bogus.
Yeah, he was. He sampled. They sampled the Price is Right theme.
Yeah, it was dope.
I
played the hell out of that shit.
Yep.
If it works,
it worked.
What if?
Yeah,
what if?
Alchemist,
Hey,
like, with Aguila, didn't he sample like Sesame Street? It was all for like that game records comps.
I don't think I like that.
Hey, it's all fun and games until the new Black Eyed Peas album has the Price is Right theme on it.
Artek, produced by Artek.
Yeah, da.
I mean, they can afford the sample clearance.
These things.
What is that?
What are those?
Those are fabulous rap snacks.
Oh my
Rap
God!
Snacks, sweet baby.
They're fabulous New York deli cheddar.
Oh Jesus!
Oh boy!
Oh my God! Do they have different wrappers on other bags?
Yeah, here's Fetty Wap.
Oh shit!
Honey jalapeno.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
They have Romeo Miller.
Oh boy!
That you don't even rap.
Serious?
Yeah.
That's a real thing?
Yeah. Actually, I was disappointed because I actually got one of these. Actually, it was like 1998, I think. I got a Warren G one. It was like cheese curls, Warren G cheese curls.
Oh my
And I had it at my dad's crib for the longest time. And the last time I went back, I was looking for it because I wanted to grab it. And he probably threw it away. He's like, oh, I didn't see it. I was like holding on to that thing for like
Pops was like, look, dude, I got my hands on your weed.
It was like, what the fuck from like 20-year-old chick.
Fuck that. Pops was like, look, I found your dime bag of weed. I smoked that shit and I got hungry, so I ate some goddamn fucking cheese curds.
Yeah. He found my stash. Found my stash. Oh man, yeah, it's funny. Yeah, they got those. Yeah, I just had to have them because it's one of those whack ball like items. I'm like, I can't believe they got this shit. I just gotta get it.
Who is that? I think it's Big Mike that has the Crip Cola.
Killer Mike.
If I saw that somewhere, I'd buy it. I mean, this is
so. I just watched the Killer Mike episodes, and I didn't know that it was. So it's Crip Cola, and it is Blood Pop.
Yep.
So I'm definitely down to buy both. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna discriminate on gangs.
He doesn't want to get jumped. Yeah.
But my affection is for Blood Pop, probably because it has the word pop in it.
Yeah.
If you watch that episode, the guy that they're talking to, one of the guys has on a Chicago he has on a White Sox hat.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm like, dude, blood, but he from Chicago. Like, because real Chicago thugs always rep Chicago. So I think
it's also mixed up here too, because if you go way back, Eazy-E wore a lot of Sox caps.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure did.
So
Hey,
in
When
the
that
hood,
Sox hat came out, it was popular. When they dropped the black Sox hat, everybody, Dr. Dre.
yeah, in the hood, definitely. I do see some Sox wearing caps in the hood, and I'm just like, okay, I know they're either from Chicago or they're definitely from Compton.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely from South Central somewhere. Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you a story real quick. I started dating this girl when I first moved out there, and she was taking me to like Long Beach and Compton and stuff like that. She's like, "Why are you nervous?" I was like, "I'm always nervous whenever we go to one of these towns that's in a rap song. Like, I ain't ready for this shit."
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Oh wow. Hey,
Hey, Sean,
Yeah.
if people are looking for you online, where can they find you?
They can find me at DJ Sean Doe or DJ SEANDOE on Instagram and Twitters, and under my name, Rasan Shondo Hawkins on Facebook. And you like that that quick hat change?
Man, where's mine? It's too
This dude got a whole damn department,
Yeah,
clothing department over there.
yeah. Don't trip.
doing magic tricks.
I'm just jealous. Rockstar DJ Risky Business. Where can people
Well-
find you?
well, good sir, these good people can find me on them internets at DJ Risky Biz 1975, both Twitter and Instagram, and just my name, Chad Sorensen, on Facebook.
Excellent.
And where can they find you, Mr. Carlos?
Oh, funny you should ask. You can find me at coconutjustice.com, Coconut Justice everywhere else. And if you follow me on Instagram, I will finish this little drawing and you will see it probably tomorrow morning sometime.
Drawings, can we see what you have worked on now? Uh-oh.
Drawings.
Drawings.
Nice.
Ah.
Yeah, son. So yeah, so we'll get
I
this
love it.
thing done and out there. I should put some Black Eyed Peas in the background. Look, or like The Price is Right or something.
And the hat's perfect. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Continue to work there, bro.
Oh yeah,
It looks good.
got to.
Yeah,
It's
buddy.
my biggest drive.
Yeah, man.
You on?
Oh, hey, while we're at it, we might as well go ahead and say that this is Midway Radio, associated to Midway Documentary, Midway Doc across the board, midwaydoc.com, midwayradio.com. Shout out real quick to the director, Ryan Brockmeyer, 278 Media. That's 278media.com. And I believe that's it for us. Who do we have coming on next week?
I think we have a rapper by the name of Ja Safe.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ja. All right.
Yes, he's performed also. I think everybody's performed at 606.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's safe to
Pretty
say.
much. Yeah, it is safe.
It's my favorite.
Ja
This
Safe.
is my favorite pillow.
Okay, hang on. We got showtime now, man.
My favorite pillow.
It's your favorite. Do you sleep with it every night there, sir?
Yep.
I love Cap.
Why
love
that?
cat. Look.
Hey, why is that pillow got dents all over it?
I love cat.
You do love Cap.
Oh boy,
That's the best. Anybody see Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel?
not yet, but we're about
No.
to.
So dope.
Trying
Does it
to.
again?
So dope. Don't listen to anybody. It's dope.
He said, "Don't listen to it's dope.
Anybody saying otherwise, it's
Don't listen to everybody else who's
Yeah.
saying anything about it. Just listen to me. It's dope.
let's listen
This
to
comes
me.
from Captain America's pillow.
Seal of approval.
Ah.
I got Miss Marvel tattooed too.
Oh,
We don't want to
Nice.
see that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask you where.
Why? Why is Ms. Marvel winking?
Don't do that.
Somewhere.
We don't want to. Yo,
it's over his heart.
Showed us a nipple last week. We do not want to see yours.
Yeah.
Who showed you a nipple?
Mood swings.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He was about to get butt naked and we pulled the plug on the show.
But what I will tell you about last week's show, before we go, last week's show, you would have loved to have been here because the room that Mood Swings was in had it would have been our whole podcast would have been show and tell.
Yep.
Because he would have made you go and grab whatever you got in your house right now, and you guys would have been like, "Oh, look at my phone, or look at pictures of my kids." got these new headphones. Look.
It would have been
all right.
crazy.
You know what? Next week I'm gonna do show and tell. Then fine.
Look at what I got. This new short piece. Look at that. Look at that.
All right, everybody. Have a good week. See you next week.
All right, guys. Peace.